Well, I'm glad Brady's just like the rest of us that doesn't have a crystal ball that can foretell of our future. I mean, he didn't have a clear indication of what his future holds. Really? So who does? Skip, let it. Tom, you played 22 years. You've done a lot. I'm just trying to, help me understand. Something forced Tom Brady to retire. Did that element get removed? I don't believe it did. I believe whatever tug, whatever pull that said, okay, Tom, it's time to walk away, I believe that those forces are still in play. Whatever they may be, we may never know what ultimately led him to make the decision that he made. But he did make it. But I do know he loves this attention. Now, that's his side putting that out. Ain't nobody else put that out but Tom Brady's side. Tom Brady, Don Yee, whomever's in Brady's camp, they keep putting all this out. And you love this. Now, let that have been LeBron. Man, I can't wait till LeBron retire. And then LeBron keep throwing out there, well, I don't know. LeBron, just go away. Just sit down. San Francisco had two years ago. San Francisco had the opportunity to get Tom Brady.
They did.
And what did they do?
They said no.
Okay, so now, 2 years ago when he was 42, we didn't want him. Now we want him now at 45.
Did they make a mistake 2 years ago?
Kyle Shanahan's not going to take Tom Brady. He's a system guy.
Did they make a mistake 2 years ago?
No.
Absolutely they did.
Skip, they got to the Super Bowl.
Cost them 2 Super Bowls.
Jimmy, hey, who to say Tom would have got him there? Jimmy G. Skip, they spent a ton of draft capital to get Trey Lance. If you bring in Tom, you push Trey Lance's learning curve back another year.
Kind of like Aaron Rodgers under Brett Favre for 3 years.
Are you saying there's a chance that Trey Lance can have a career like Aaron Rodgers?
He might. I'm a big fan. You know I am.
I know you are. But, Skip, you talk about a guy that's won 4 MVPs, the second most in NFL history. Skip, look, I just think that Tom needs to make peace with the decision that he's made and be happy. Right now, I mean, while you keep doing this, he's doing harm to himself. He's harming himself, Skip, by keep doing this. By throwing this out there and keep making he's harming himself.
No, he's actually helping himself.
How?
Get to San Francisco.
Why would Tampa, let me ask you a question. Why would Tampa trade him?
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for this.
Let's go back to what Mike Florio said on a radio show last Friday. Mike Florio said, I've come to the conclusion that Tom Brady has retired from the Buccaneers, not from football. He's trying to gracefully exit from Tampa Bay, even though he's under contract for 1 more year.
Yes.
Bingo. Who said that the day after he retired? I said that. I told you he's destined to play at least 1 more year, if not a couple of more years, back home. He grew up in San Mateo in the shadow of Candlestick Park where his idol Joe Montana performed.
How did he get there?
Okay, he's got to get there because the Buccaneers are going to have to do him a solid because he did them a big solid.
Whoa.
He went down in a pandemic and turned a 7-9 Bucks team, the Succaneers, with the worst winning percentage in the history of professional sports, into a Super Bowl champion. They owe him a solid.
What did BA say?
Just let him go.
What did BA
We
say?
want 5 first-round picks for him.
BA says bad business.
Yeah.
BA says bad business.
I don't think BA is going to be involved in this decision. This is going to be an ownership decision.
Skip.
And I believe the Glazers would say, live and let live.
What?
He gave us greatness. He gave them something.
So I give him away now?
Well, you should, because he gave you something, didn't he? He chose you.
Skip.
Who thought that he was going to go to Tampa? Did you know?
I did not think he was going to Tampa. But, Skip, this is like a relationship. You know what? My partner's been great for me for a number of years. He or she's been so good. You know what? You've been so good, I'm going to tear up this prenup. I know I got a prenup that says I get half and I get your pension, but I don't want that because you were so good. Do you actually think Tampa's going to do that? That's dumb. That's bad business.
Okay, if I told you that Tom Brady would go to San Francisco this coming season and win the Super Bowl, what would it be worth to the 49ers? A first-round pick? Well, sure it would be.
They ain't got any.
Okay, I got it. So would it be worth a second or a third or 2 fourths or whatever you could give to Tampa? Okay.
What Aaron Rodgers
You can go into the future.
Although you can go with a couple of years.
Okay, all right, but my point is, Tom Brady should have won the MVP this past season. That's what Pro Football Focus said, your favorite website. It detailed, it had him graded #1 in the regular season.
What did Sharp Focus say?
Okay.
Who said it? What did Sharp Focus say who was going to win?
It's not real sharp, is your focus, but whatever.
I told you who's
so
gonna win.
More from Mike Florio. He says Brady wanted to play for the 49ers 2 years ago, and they said no thanks. Who better to learn from than Tom Brady, talking about Trey Lance? If he were to join the 49ers, they would instantly become the Super Bowl favorites for 2022 in my mind and in my mind. That's what I told you from the start.
How does learning Trey Lance is diametrically opposite of what Tom Brady is?
Trey Lance can wing it from the pocket, and you need to wing it from the pocket to go win a Super Bowl
I
at
do
some
believe,
point.
But what makes him unique and special is his ability to move the pocket, to throw outside of the pocket.
I'll buy
and
that.
in the West Coast system, that's what makes the guys. You look at the guys that's ever been great, from Montana to Young to Elway to Favre to Rodgers to Mahomes. You look at the guys, all of them got legs.
Okay.
All of them can move the pocket.
All right, I got it. There's never been a speed reader of defenses better than Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. You would have to bend your system toward Tom Brady, and all he would do for you is make you the Super Bowl favorites next year. So now it's down to two people you know very well, especially the father, not the son so much, but you watched the son grow up around your locker room. You played for the father, for Mike Shanahan.
I did.
And they have huge pride of Shanahan pride. It is huge. It would require them to bend their pride just a little bit, to swallow just one mouthful of pride and say, we could have the GOAT for a year or maybe two. It would be the story of the year in pro football, because as Florio concludes, it would be the highest drama. There would be no story better than Tom Brady going home to try to win one last Super Bowl for the 49ers.
Well, one thing that I do know about the dad is they don't like distractions. They want to play football. And Tom Brady's going to come in and everybody's going to talk about Tom. Well, what is Tom Brady to this team? What every single week. And that's one thing I know about the dad.
Okay. Well, one thing I know about the Bible, it says pride goeth before the fall.
What, Tom Brady should sit down.
Before the fall.
Because Tom Brady's putting Tom Brady in front of everybody else. You made a decision.
No. He's gracefully trying to exit Tampa, and the only way to do it was to say, hey, I'm done. And then you have to wrangle through the offseason a deal that would allow you to escape your 1 year left on the contract in Tampa.
I ain't trading him.
He does not want to go back to the Bucs. They're going to lose Ryan Jensen, their center. They've lost.
So why do you care? You got Tom Brady. Tom Brady made everything. That was a 7-9 team. You said Tom Brady can make everything okay. So it does not matter if they lose Ryan Jensen. It does not matter if Allen McPet retired. It does not matter. Nothing should matter other than Tom Brady. That's what you and others have told me. So what difference does it make if he lose if Mike Evans goes, if Chris Godwin goes?
Help me out here. Better chance for the 49ers to win the Super Bowl this coming year. Trey Lance or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady is retired. Leave him retired.
Not retired.
Yes, he is.
I told you from the start he was not retired. I smelled a rat. I smelled Tom Brady trying to gracefully dance out of his Tampa situation.
So did he lie?
He, what you call white lied.
No,
right?
ain't no way. No, that's a lie. Either you lied or you did lie. So he pulled an Aaron Rodgers. So in other words, he Aaron Rodgers now.
If you want to go there, all I know is it's on the table again. Did the 49ers want Tom Brady to come home and win the Super Bowl? They don't. Well, then pride is going before the fall. The fall is going to be 7 and 10 49ers featuring Trey Lance trying to figure out how to play quarterback.
Think about what you just said. Because somebody says no to Tom Brady, they're putting their pride.
This is all about the Shanahan's pride. We don't want the GOAT to come in here and show us up because we would have to cater to the GOAT. By midseason, you know and I know, the GOAT would take over the offense and say, I'm sorry, we're going to do it this way because it will work. He would love Kyle Shanahan's run game. He would fit beautifully into that. But you got to let him throw it from the pocket. And do they not have an array of weapons to throw to, starting with the Debo and Kittle? And do I have to keep
But
going?
the whole thing about the West Coast offense is being, if you look at it, Skip, look at Aaron Rodgers, how much he throws on the move. Look at Patrick Mahomes, how much he throws on the move.
Think you could figure it out with Brady? I think so.
How? At 45?
Oh, you saw a decline this year? You told me you saw a decline
I saw
4
retire-
years
I-
ago,
I-
6 years ago.
I don't know what I saw, but I heard retirement.
Oh, so you believe everything you hear?
Yeah, he said it. So I'm not supposed to believe what Tom Brady said?
I just told you what the game was that he was playing. He wants to finish in San Francisco.
Well, what if they don't want him to finish there?
Well, it sounds like they don't. So good luck to you and your Shanahans, because you're going to go 7-10 next year with Trey Lance.
But Al, you know what? Go 7-10 in order to go 12-5 the following year and go to the Super Bowl.
Well, is it the following year, or maybe it's 2 years out?
Whatever
right?
the case may be.
And there was a time last year that I thought Kyle was on like the hottest of seats.
He ain't on no hot seat.
Yeah, okay.
He just signed an extension the year before. He got like 7-8 years.
You've got the GOAT falling into your lap out of heaven, and you say no?
Hold on. How many
guys,
teams
I'll
were
tell you
interested
what,
in Tom Brady when he left New
The NFL world is
England?
waiting to see what both Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady decide to do. A lot more dominoes will fall for many more teams once those two decisions are made.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.